Hey everyone, Ross McCorkle here with another episode of the Depot 180. Thanks for rejoining me today as I was out all last week in Mobile, Alabama with a crew of Depot guys to cover the Senior Bowl. There was a lot to take in, but I think we learned a lot about some of the 2023 draft prospects. Hopefully you followed along on the website and on Twitter, but don't worry if you didn't happen to track along. The Wednesday and Friday episodes of the Terrible Podcast this week will be dedicated to recapping the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl, respectively, with the teams of contributors that visited each event. Last year, a few draft selections of the Steelers were at these events, so you won't want to miss these podcasts this week. Some news came down late last week that senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach Brian Flores has accepted the defensive coordinator position with the Minnesota Vikings. He spent just one season with the Steelers as Mike Tomlin jumped on the opportunity to add coaching talent. The position was more or less created for Flores, so it's unclear whether that position will be filled. It's possible that one of the assistant linebacker coaches like Denzel Martin could get a mini promotion, but not a given. It's important to note that the Steelers will not receive any Rooney Rule draft pick compensation for Flores, as he was with the team for just 1 year. He moves on to a role where he has more control and a clear path back to being a head coach, so you really can't fault him. He joins assistant wide receiver coach Blaine Stewart as the only two coaching changes so far. Stewart assisted with some special teams things, so it's possible someone could be brought in to help Danny Smith, who's getting up there in age. The Super Bowl between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs is this upcoming weekend, with a couple former Steelers set to face off against each other. Juju Smith-Schuster and Javon Hargrave. One is guaranteed a ring. Also, former Steelers scout and one of the interviewees for GM last year, Brandon Hunt, is also in play to win a ring with the Eagles as their assistant GM. There should also be a number of players interviewed throughout the week as the media enters its last full swing of the football season. TJ Watt recently spoke to the media, so be sure to check those write-ups out on the site, but I am sure more to come. Possibly Cam Hayward or Kenny Pickett or other stars on the team could get some FaceTime with some interesting quotables to come. The last thing, the NFL league office appears to be looking at the hip drop tackle as a potential injury risk that needs to be eliminated from the game. Cam Hayward is already among the vocal dissent for that rule change, but the way it was phrased makes it seem like changes are coming. How will the defense be able to tackle anybody before too long? Let me know how you enjoyed the video on Twitter at Ross_McCorkle, and as always, visit SteelersDepot.com for your latest and greatest Steelers breaking news and analysis.